When I finished my year-long travels in Southeast Asia in 2019, I returned to England, and one of the questions that people asked me was, what was your favourite place? Now, I couldn't answer that. How can I compare the sprawling huge city of Bangkok to the tiny villages of Myanmar? But when I was asked that question, one place just came into mind. Nong Khiaw in northern Laos. I've just been dropped off at the bus station, and this is the first thing you see. I'll be honest, it was a place I never thought I'd return to because it is quite remote. It's a 4-hour drive from Luang Prabang, but here I am, back in Nong Khiaw. I remember last time I arrived here and I got off the bus and it just blew my mind immediately. It's just, you're just surrounded by mountains, you're in the valley, and it's just so beautiful. Now, I've got a 9-minute walk to my guest house, and I've done the unusual thing of booking a guest house that has no reviews. It's only just been added to booking.com, but it looks pretty much like all the other guest houses, and it was the cheapest one, so fingers crossed it'll be okay. Welcome to Nong Khiaw. I'm getting welcomed into the village by all the locals. Bloody hell. Scared me to death. Now, Google Maps does know where I'm staying, and it's brought up the directions, but the roads that it tells me to go on don't exist. So you can see here we have the UXO. So somewhere on this street there's a place called Meeksok Guest House. That's what I'm looking for. Shouldn't be too far away. There's a guest house coming up just on my left. And yep, this is me. The Meeksok Guest House. Internet, clean, comfortable, best value for money. Hello. I have a reservation. I need to get my bearings, so I'm just leaving the guest house for the first time and walking up to the the main road, just to see how I actually get back to this place. There are two schools here. There's a primary school, I think, on the right and a secondary on the left. And yeah, so basically this is where I need to be. The streets of Nong Khiaw. This is the main street. People are very, very friendly. Like literally, especially the kids. All the kids, every time they walk past, they've all like Sababi. And yeah, can't remember that from last time. I guess they're happy to see the tourists back in town. One thing that Laos doesn't have, that Thailand has plenty of, is 7-Elevens. And you kind of miss them late at night when you want to go and get some beers or some snacks or something. And you're relying on just the local independent shops, and none of them stay open until, you know, they all shut at latest at 11 o'clock. We've got dogs, we've got chickens. Look at this fella. I just bumped into a guy who I met he's actually on the boat from the Mekong. When we did the Mekong trip, I met him there, and then he stayed at the same hostel, and he's moved up here. I don't know if it's because I told him to come up here, because I was recommending this place to a lot of people. But anyway, he's been up here a couple of days, and yeah, he absolutely loves it. I think it's become his favourite place. When I was asking him what he thought about it, you could just see how enthusiastic he was. And which is good, because, you know, sometimes you can over-exaggerate a place, how nice a place is, but this is just, it's just a local village, really. You know, there's not many tourists here, a few backpackers. A lot of the places on my right hand side, just looking at them, all the shutters are down. Nothing appears to be open. It's not a bad place to work. Last time I came here, I think we went to a place called Delia's or something. I got some baguettes, toasted baguettes, and some key lime pie and some coffee. Well, I definitely need coffee, and yeah, pretty much need food now, so I'm going to head to Delia's, see if it's still open, see if it's survived COVID. And here it is, still here, survived COVID. I'm glad to see. They do a bit of everything here, to be honest. There's a dome, there's a restaurant, we've got some of the old Laos whiskey here, book exchange. Come on, there we go, look at you, you fighting, yeah? Now I'm crossing the bridge over to the other side of the, I think it's the Mekong River, and this is what got me last time. Let's look at this. Now it looks like over there used to be a bar, and it looks like it's still there, so I might go and check that out. Not today. Wow, it's no less amazing. Even on my return, this is probably one of my favourite views of the whole of Southeast Asia. It's just beautiful. Down here is a restaurant and hotel, and I've eaten there before. I might go back there tonight actually, because last time they had a Penang curry. Don't think I've had the Penang curry yet while I've been travelling, so I might go down there and have a Penang curry and watch the light disappear over the mountains. Just unbelievable, beautiful. This is the view on the other side. My guest house is around there somewhere, and this is where the actual boats go to take you up to Muang Ngoi. Last time I was here, we took the public boat up to Muang Ngoi. It's about an hour north, and yeah, we were there for New Year, the English New Year. It was obviously not being celebrated. All the bars closed at 11:30. But Muang Ngoi is even smaller than this place. That's tiny. It's just like basically one street next to the river. But the public boat takes you up here for about an hour, and it costs nothing, and it's as good as any kind of private tour that you will do. It's just a public boat, but it's absolutely beautiful. You're just going through all the mountains up the Mekong River. You're not going to be able to see this on the GoPro, I don't think, but it's actually a house, like kind of halfway up this mountain. There's a house just there. What the hell, imagine living there. Ah, the Q bar and restaurant is still open. That's nice to see. This was literally at the top of the street where I was staying. I was staying down here. My first meal in Nong Khiaw was at this place, and it took about an hour for them to make it, and we were the only people in the restaurant. You're very honest. Can you speak English? You English? Yes? No? No? Okay. You can take, you keep. That's for you. Thank you. Okay. The guys behind me just been following me for a while, and he's just come down and said hello. And yeah, basically he gave me like a handful of money, and apparently I dropped it on the road, and he just ran after me. I saw him running after me on the bridge, so God knows where I dropped it. And yeah, so he's just run after me and gave me this money. I mean, I don't keep much money in that pocket for that reason, because it's just the, you know, the small notes kind of thing. 13,000, so about 70-80p. So anyway, I've just given it back and said, right, yeah, well done, you're very honest. Right, I'm not going to do any more exploring down here today. I'm going to chill out for a bit back at the guest house and come out and do it all properly again tomorrow. See you guys. Look at that, bloody hell. I've just been walking with my back to that, and then you turn around, and how imposing is that? Incredible. I think the primary school might just be kicking out because there's just the kids everywhere and they're all looking at me like they've never seen anything like it before. I'm just going out for my evening meal and it's very smoky in Nong Khiaw right now. Somebody's having a fire not far from where I'm staying, and so the whole city is filled of smoke, the whole village, should I say. Just next to me in the primary school, it's now about 6:30 and there's still kids in there, still learning. They're taking English lessons. What is she doing? She is drinking. What is he doing? He is drinking. 6:30 and they're taking English lessons. Anyway, the door to my room is an absolute bloody nightmare. I can't lock it from the inside and I can sometimes lock it and sometimes unlock it from the outside. The woman's come to show me how to do it and it sometimes works for her as well. But basically, because it sometimes works, that means that it works. So it might be interesting. I might get back tonight and not be able to get back in my room. But anyway, it's time for some food. I think I'm going to go for a curry and some French fries. I can't remember Nong Khiaw being so full of kids last time. Last time I was staying on the other side of the river, so maybe it's different over there. But there's bloody kids everywhere. Hello. I imagine it's going to get very dark around here because there doesn't appear to be any street lamps. I've just seen one street lamp, but there's no bulb in it. So apart from the occasional light coming from the shops, it's just going to be complete darkness. I'm looking for something called Cooler Cafe and it's open. There's recent reviews. Google Maps puts it somewhere around here. Can I hell as I bloody find it? There's supposed to be a road. It's not up here. They thought there'd have been a sign if it was. That's there, it's on the other side of the bloody road. Well, it took forever to find it. That's because Google Maps put it on the wrong side of the bloody road. So anyway, I decided against French fries. I've gone for rice. So I've got a pork curry with vegetables and steamed rice and a Coke. Come to about £4.50, I think. This place has got good reviews on Google Maps. Quite a lot of good reviews, so hopefully this will be good.